What is going on, guys? So this is a state of the union on Bitcoin. Yesterday, it hit all-time highs at 100,000. People are asking why. One thing that I would mention, guys, and I repeat this over and over again, don't get so fixated on price. Get fixated on learning this technology and learning why people have been into this for a while and like the use cases. This is the most important thing because if you get into this now in a sense of, oh, I believe in it and sure, just because of the price, and you don't understand the technology, you're not going to be here for a while. You're going to be one of those people that just buys at the height, loses money, and then says this is some sort of gambling machine. But once again, let's talk about it very high level. When we look at Bitcoin, all you have to know is that Bitcoin is a blockchain. All right. So you search up blockchain technology, just search it very high level. This is like the evolution of the internet. So in the 90s, early 2000s, that was the rise of the dot-com bubble, right? In the sense of a lot of different companies coming out on the internet. People paid a lot of money to be owners in these businesses in the stock market. And this created a bubble, and a lot of companies lost 80 to 90% of the valuation. Although a lot of investors were wrong in terms of how much these companies were valued at, directionally, they were right. The internet was the future. And that's what we're seeing. Been 20, 30 years of the internet, hasn't slowed down one bit. In the early 2000s, at least when I was probably in elementary school, we could see this developing, whether it was instead of listening to music on a CD, you are downloading music on LimeWire or FrostWire. Or if you are renting movies on Blockbuster, now you are watching YouTube. If you are spending your time on, I don't know, texting someone or calling people on the phone, you're now spending time with people on these social media platforms. And this is the overall trend that we need to understand. Technology is a one-way street. It's here whether we want it or not. If you are scared of AI or not, it sucks because there's no other alternative. Like, we're not going to go back. Like, we've discovered this thing. We've taken it out of Pandora's box. We've utilized and discovered blockchains. It's here whether we want it or not. Now, more importantly though, let's just get straight to the facts as to why the hell is Bitcoin going up and why do people value this? I still do not understand it. It's okay. I got you. First things first, the evolution of the internet created something that's known as a blockchain technology. Okay, so through the evolution of the internet, the blockchain has created, think of it as a public ledger, right? So the blockchain technology creates a public ledger that allows for visibility of all transactions within a blockchain, within a series of transactions, and it creates a scarcity component. All right, so let's tap into that and break that down a little bit further because I know that might be a lot for you. With the blockchain, there has never been before that a way in which we could trace a series of transactions or a currency and actually denote a number and a limit based off code, and it cannot be changed. It cannot be reversed. So in the event of Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is the first use case of blockchain technology that is utilized for money. All right. So why is this important? If you look at what we currently use in fiat money in US dollars, there is no cap to the limit of how much dollars can be in circulation. Year after year, there's more and more dollars in circulation as time progresses. Now, if we were to say hypothetically, and this is actually what it is with Bitcoin, if we're able to create a currency that has a cap to the amount of supply that it has, which in this case, Bitcoin, the most will ever be is 21 million Bitcoin, this creates a level of value, a level of scarcity that people can utilize, right, as value exchange or a place to store their wealth. So remember, if you hold all your wealth in dollars, once again, almost 50% of the US does this, you will realize that your dollars will buy you less, and this is direct relationship with your dollars at hand. With Bitcoin, the kind of the use case and what people are saying it's for, right? They're effectively saying, look, we have a currency that's not dependent on a central authority like a government or central bank, but more so based upon code that cannot be changed. So no matter what happens, there is a code that is written, set in stone that says there's only 21 million Bitcoin. You could exchange one Bitcoin from one user to the other in a very accessible and easy way. So I could send Bitcoin to someone right now in Africa in a very fast and efficient way with no middleman. So that's another thing. You are eliminating the middleman, and you could transact around the world. If I were to just pack my bags one day to the next and go to Europe, go to Switzerland, go to wherever, if I have my Ledger Nano, which is my crypto wallet, if I have my MetaMask, I could just pack my bags, take my shit, go, and have a store of value, have something that universally is deemed valuable. Okay, so this is the thing that people are starting to tap into, right? With the evolution of the internet. Once again, we are not in the 80s, we're not in the 70s. We have this supercomputer, this technology that has allowed for us to make transactions, to create value, whether it's in businesses, whether it's in e-commerce, whether it's in crypto, and we've been able to make this universal economy. And that's why people have been big on Bitcoin, right? That's why Bitcoin, literally 10 seconds ago, it was at 100,000. So it literally just dropped to 99, probably 5 minutes ago. So that's why Bitcoin is give or take $95,000, $100,000 right now. It's more so the concept of scarcity, the concept of a technology that cannot be altered and is free of borders, right? So now let's talk about the second concept here. Once again, I want to limit these to 10, 15 minutes so you could just watch it real quick and go on your day. The second thing is there's noise about NFTs again. And I want to explain this once again. If you see here, it says they are blockchain-based tokens. So there's a correlation between all these things. The hierarchy of it all is blockchain technology. There are different blockchains that I'm sure you've heard of, Bitcoin, Ethereum blockchains. And primarily with NFTs, they talk about NFTs, Ethereum, NFTs. So what the hell is this? Okay. So think of it as, and we'll go to a picture, right? This is what most people look at NFTs as. This is effectively an NFT project that I could break it down for you. In this example of the NFT project, the Bored Ape Yacht Club, there is X amount of NFTs, right? Let's say there's 5,000 of them. But what the hell is the value? That's what the first people ask. So you're telling me someone paid over 100 grand for this NFT? Why the hell would someone do that? I could just do this, hit save, go ahead and save that. Boom, I download it, and voila, I have the NFT, right? It's mine. Not necessarily. So once again, going back to the basics of the blockchain, what it allows us to do is track ownership. Okay. So something that Gary Vee talks about, or he's talked about before, is like anyone can flex a Lamborghini on Instagram. Like they could just rent it and say it's theirs, but no one can actually verify that it actually is theirs. With the technology of the blockchain, you can actually tie assets to specific wallets. So you have track record and proof of everything. So in this specific NFT, if I were to go to Etherscan or some place where I could check transactions, I could verify, okay, this wallet owns this digital asset. Now, how does this hold value? It's all dependent on what you're trying to go for in a sense, but from the standpoint of social signaling could be one component of value. And you could see this in Fortnite, right? Like, why do people pay money for skins? They pay money for skins because they think it looks cool. They think it looks nice. They want to show it off to their friends. With NFTs, it's the same concept, but now there's a limit to how many can own a Bored Ape Yacht Club. And with that limitation and scarcity provides exclusivity, provides potentially access to a club or creating like think of it as a fraternity or membership of people that own this. So if let's say now we bring the scope down and we say there's only 50 Bored Ape Yacht Clubs and Elon Musk owns one, Jeff Bezos owns one, Mr. Beast owns one, and you own one, this fundamentally makes this valuable, right? And if you don't see that, then you need to realize that we live in the digital age. Exclusivity is everything. That's why the Instagram blue check mark was so valuable. Like now anyone can pay for it per month. But back then people would definitely pay thousands of dollars for a blue check mark because it created a sort of credibility. And that is effectively what this is. You are building communities within the internet and can be verified through a blockchain that you are actually a part of that community. Now, the second piece is that with the blockchain technology, if I own this NFT, effectively I could get rewarded in perpetuity. So what that means is if the creator of this Bored Ape Yacht Club community says, you know what, I want to invite all of you to a real yacht party in New York, then you can get airdropped the ticket. So the way this works and the way this is, and the reason why this is very interesting to me is the following. If I get airdropped, which means imagine if I had some hypothetical crypto wallet, they send over a ticket as an NFT. I can now profit off this. I can now say, you know what? I could take this ticket and just sell it and make a profit off that. How does it benefit the owners of the project? They get royalties in perpetuity. So every transaction, they get a cut of it. And that's one of the main facets as the use case is that artists, so if you have a painting, if you have a digital painting like Beeple, right? So if we go here, Beeple, if you go to Beeple, he creates art on the internet. Every time this painting gets sold and flips from hand to hand, he's getting a royalty off it, which back then, before the technology, it wasn't really a thing. If you were to just sell a art piece, you make that first cut and profit and that's it. You never see the money reoccurring again. So from a creator standpoint, it makes sense. From a buyer's perspective, right, from owning the art, it makes sense as well, because remember, we live in the age of digital scarcity, the internet, where things online have become almost more important than things in the physical world, because with a technology that can verify the traceability and the scarcity component of it, this creates value in these assets. Okay, so once again, this isn't like a bullish case for NFTs or anything of that sort. Please do your own research. This is not financial advice. Once again, this is not financial advice. Just wanted to give you a little state of the union address of what's going on. Once again, guys, if you feel like you gain any value whatsoever from these videos, once again, this is exclusive to the OG Squad, but given it's December and the spirit of Christmas and Hanukkah and the season of giving, I'm giving you these videos so you could check them out and say, you know what, I actually might be willing to subscribe to this. One of the reasons, once again, guys, you have information overload in your life. You have YouTube, Paradox of Choice, and ChatGPT, Google, different influencers, podcasts, and you don't know what to pick. So you typically offer the distraction versus the solution. This could be you on a day-to-day basis, scrolling through Instagram, playing Fortnite, watching Netflix, and more scrolling. You effectively get lost in the sauce and you don't have a solution to get better in your own life. How information overload affects you. Statistically speaking, you will spend 10% of your life on social media. 2 hours and 24 minutes a day are burned and gone forever, and you being distracted by it. 1 in 4 millionaires in the world read consistently and learn consistently. Once again, reading alone won't make us millionaires, but if you could actually learn consistently, what do you think it does to your simulation? In an alternate universe, if you compare yourself to just learning, going with the flow method, or having some sort of subscription that could keep you up to date with all the topics that are relevant to you, how much would that benefit your situation? In the sense of what I could do for you, once again, I consolidate 50 plus hours of research per month, YouTube videos, books, podcasts, life experiences. I remove the fluff and the BS, and I give it to you in one single source. Here are the different topics that you could find in the OG Squad. Things related to mind, fitness, biohacks, productivity tools, financial literacy, stocks, crypto, AI, internet, money. I keep you updated with all things that are relevant to you to be a more elite human. How do I do this? Monthly book summary. So every month I read a book, I consolidate it, I make a video, and I talk to you guys about it. I do weekly OG Squad group calls where we talk about topics that are relevant to you, and we could actually network and build a community. and 2 supplementary emails like this one that you are seeing right now, video-based information where I go through things that are relevant to you. Once again, why should you trust me as your gatekeeper? I have a dual major in accounting and finance from FIU, a master's in finance from Florida International, 4 years of experience in e-commerce, 3 years of experience on Wall Street, experience with Python, SQL, VBA, savvy with all things finance, internet, money, AI, and crypto, and I'm a lifelong learner. As you can see here, we have 25 plus OGs on the path with me right now. We have over 300 plus newsletter subscribers. So my goal, guys, and my ultimate thing is I just want to provide value. I want to provide value. And from the numbers base, I could tell you guys that the difference in your life of going from newsletter subscriber, which is the free, to the OG squad, which is paid, is very minimal. I promise you, it will not affect your life any way, shape, or form if you were just to join the OG squad from a pricing or cost standpoint. But the information that you're going to get is insane. Okay? That's all I could say. The information that you're going to get is insane. Information is currency. Think about how fast things are evolving. You need a solution to actually learn. You may not think you need it. Sure, like I know, I get it. YouTube, podcast, I do the same thing. But I spend hours upon hours doing this as a full-time thing. Like my objective is to make it better for you. So I spend the hours consolidating, learning, and making it easy for you to just keep learning continuously, because that's what it's all about. Now, for all the testimonials, you could read that on the website. How does this compare? I will save you the boring stuff of just like the cost, because in theory, there is a lot of costs of not learning consistently. You don't see it as a cost because it's not a dollar amount that you could physically see, but you are having that kind of cost incurred and opportunity cost of just like developing, leveling up. Once again, guys, for the Christmas special, go to wallstreetbobby.substack.com/subscribe and subscribe. You can subscribe for a full year for $60 for a full year, and you lock in your price and you get this. You get the OG squad. So if you've been on the newsletter for a while and you feel like, you know what, like I actually gained something from these newsletters, guys, I'm telling you, just make the leap. Just do it. You're not going to regret it. I promise you, this is everything I put my effort into, and you will gain value from it. All right. So if you have any questions, let me know. Hopefully you gain value today, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.